I'm Richard Osman, and at this time I'm going to administer the oath of office to President-elect Alex Ramsay. Please raise your right hand. Hold on one second. Stand by. Okay. Repeat after me. I solemnly swear that I shall carry out the duties of the President of the South Carolina Medical Association to the best of my ability.
I solemnly swear that I shall carry out the duties of the President of the South Carolina Medical Association to the best of my ability.
I shall strive constantly to maintain the ethics of the medical profession.
I shall strive constantly to maintain the ethics of the medical profession
and to promote the public health and welfare.
the public health and welfare.
I shall dedicate myself and my office to maintaining quality health care for all South Carolinians.
I shall dedicate myself and my office to maintaining quality health care for all South Carolinians.
And to the task of improving the training and education of physicians.
And to the task of improving the training and education of all physicians.
I shall uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the South Carolina Medical Association at all times.
I shall uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the South Carolina Medical Association at all times.
I shall champion the cause of freedom in medical practice and fairness to all South Carolinians.
I shall champion the cause of freedom in medical practice and fairness to all South Carolinians.
To these duties and obligations, I pledge myself, so help me God.
To these duties and obligations, I pledge myself, so help me God.
I now declare you duly installed as the 155th President of the South Carolina Medical Association. Congratulations.
The very coveted office of past president. I'm going to install the pin and the medal. I'm coveting it right now. Try not to mess up your hair.
It's a big head.
All right. All right. Congratulations. I want to thank the members for this honored privilege to lead our association over the coming year. I would first like to congratulate and thank Dr. Meadows for his excellent and successful year. The association is in a better place for his service. I'm a homegrown South Carolina doctor coming from a town that has many multi-generational doctors. I, however, am the first doctor in my family. My father came here as an immigrant when he was 3, immediately lost his dad, and considered this country the land of opportunity and spent his life as an engineer at our paper mill in Charleston. He is probably the reason I went into medicine, and I'm sure he would be very proud of me today. I want to recognize my family members who've been able to come here tonight. Red Oughton, my little sister, with my other sister, is maintaining a retail business that my grandfather started over 100 years ago in Charleston. George Ramsay, my brother, has been a model in our community for success in spite of disabilities, and he's been a great brother my whole life. Alicia, my soulmate, has been my rock and my confidant for almost 20 years. I received my early education in Charleston went to USC and got my medicine and urology degree at the medical university. I then volunteered with the Army and spent 3 years at 2nd General Hospital a few years before the wall came down. It was a very interesting experience. On returning to Charleston, I've been a member of the Charleston County Medical Society and this society since 1986 in private practice. I remember, to illustrate how things have changed, that when I went to get my hospital privileges, I couldn't get them unless I belonged to my county medical society and my state society. And we had a board of censors that handled local conflicts, local complaints. Sometimes you wish for those old days. I was asked to join the Medical Liability Committee with the South Carolina Medical Association and have spent a number of wonderful years working with initially the JUA and with some of our physicians who have had some issues with malpractice. Our society can be very proud of the support we gave doctors during the time of malpractice uncertainty and our leadership in the current reforms that have been accomplished over the past years. I have recently been on the Board of Trustees and Executive Committee, and I look forward to an exciting year ahead. My focus will be on improving our grassroots. I think our county societies are the source of our power and leadership. When we look at our county societies, we have a number of very successful ones. We have some that are doing okay, and we have some that either don't exist or are having a lot of trouble. We probably need to look at this structure to decide whether every county needs a society or whether our larger societies should help with the smaller societies and form regional societies. We also need to look at the association between the county societies and our state society. We all look at membership dues and membership meetings and try to balance between our business, our families, and other activities, trying to get value, but also not taking up people's time is very important. Our strength is in our roots. Our roots are in our cities, counties, and doctors. We need to empower them. The best example that I know of in my practice is when we did tort reform. We not only incorporated the doctors of our states, but back then we did the auxiliary, now the alliance, and became a very a political force in our state. That's a great example of how we can be effective, I think. The second focus of my year will be physician empowerment. I think we have somehow and somewhat been taken advantage of. Most doctors do charity work. Some go to faraway places, but many do it in their office, taking care of patients that they know have no funds and cannot pay. A national health care system based on this is not going to work. There'll always be need for charity care, but I don't think it should be included as a major portion of the healthcare delivery system. In addition to charity work, the employment situation has certainly taken advantage of a number of physicians. The EMR situation was basically forced on us with very little doctor input. I think for an old physician to see that most new doctors are choosing employment at our hospitals is a little disappointing in the role of being your own boss and a business person. But that has been a choice, and our society needs to support this choice and empower those physicians so that they don't become a commodity dealt with by the hospitals, but rather partners working with the hospital. We are in a time of great change, maybe the most change ever seen by the U.S. health system. I suspect we'll have some bumps some wrong turns along the way, but I think we need to be the drivers of this change. Thank you again for your support. I look forward to an exciting year and look forward to working with each and every one of you to make medicine in this state the best it can be. Thank you.